Not only is this Sean Connery's final official appearance as the British agent, it's also his worst. The second of 4 James Bond movies directed by Guy Hamilton, this $7.2 million production was a smash hit, grossing over $100 million in profit after its December 1971 premiere. When a diamond smuggling investigation leads him to Las Vegas, 007 uncovers an evil plot involving a rich business tycoon. A detailed search into the corporate interests of a diamond mine is definitely one of the less exciting plots for a Bond picture, and it's also kind of hard to follow. Coaxed back into the lead role by a then record $1.25 million salary, Connery is perfectly relaxed when cracking jokes, but his age is definitely noticeable during the few moments of physical activity. Fortunately for him, the PG-rated flick doesn't feature any true action until the halfway point, when Bond steals a moon buggy from what appears to be a TV studio that faked the moon landings. The hand-to-hand combat meanwhile feels particularly clumsy, as all of the punches and throws seem overly choreographed. It's also disappointing to see this skilled secret agent incapacitated on 3 separate occasions. It's a miracle of convenience and timing that the character remains alive at all. The spy fare and gadgetry is somewhat fascinating, however, as the 7th installment of the James Bond series is more of a slow-burning espionage thriller than the explosive adventures the series later became. When a sexy craps player introduces herself as Plenty O'Toole, Connery smugly and appropriately replies, "But of course you are." Bond's perennial adversary, Ernst Blofeld, is played rather memorably by Charles Gray. His cocksure arrogance and leisurely attitude makes him an effective villain. But more astute fans will recognize Gray from the 5th Bond picture, You Only Live Twice, where he played a completely separate character. Recasting him just 2 movies later is a blatant disregard for continuity, but honestly, in this series, ignoring what came before is basically par for the course. Jill St. John shows off plenty of skin as the uniquely named Tiffany Case, but is too ditzy and underused to leave an impression. The usual trio from MI6 return, Bernard Lee, Louis Maxwell, and Desmond Llewellyn, who do sufficient work in their thanklessly small roles. Bruce Glover and Putter Smith need to be singled out as the picture's more enduring characters. They're a creepy, soft-spoken duo who enjoy holding hands, blowing up helicopters, and constantly referring to each other as Mr. Kidd and Mr. Wint.
Stop right there. Who are you?
Dr. Tynan sent us.
Why didn't he come himself?
He was taken sick. Bitten by the bug. He sent this for you.
If God had wanted man to fly,
He would have given him wings, Mr. Kidd.
With the exception of returning vocalist Shirley Bassey's rendition of the title theme, much of the music in this 120-minute film is either out of place or downright irritating, especially the oft-repeated leitmotif for the aforementioned creepers. Other sections awkwardly unravel in total silence. From the plaid brown suits to unnecessary establishing shots of large hovercrafts, this movie looks and feels very dated today, more so than Connery's earlier pictures. Despite its confusing plot, lethargic pacing, boring action, and overly campy tone, I still have fond memories staying up past my bedtime to watch this film during TBS's yearly marathons in the 1990s. If we're being honest though, if I wasn't old enough to stay up past 10, I probably wasn't old enough to recognize this film's many flaws. Required viewing for completionists, but hardly worth watching for anyone else, Diamonds Are Forever is a slow and uninteresting story too silly to be exciting. Here's what you had to say about it in the YouTube comments.
Diamonds are forever, sparkling round my little finger. Unlike men, the diamond.
Poor performances and a campy tone resulted in a 5 from the audience and a 4 from me. That does it for this quick excerpt, but if you'd like to watch full episodes of Movie Night and submit your own reviews to be included on the show, please visit the Jogwheel YouTube channel. My name is Jonathan Paula, thanks for watching, and have a good movie night.